Yeah, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Air Chucks, and we're back with another banging video today. Hey man, 2 videos in less than what, 48 hours? Some of y'all done sent me Christian Seda's response video to I think me and Rhymestyle's like devs, or is it the players? So I'm gonna react to it. Y'all know, y'all see the little fit. I went outside like this white beat inside. Yo, I know this is the baby shower fit, so chill. Supreme little beanie on type shit. Those are my favorite brands and stuff, so we can talk about that in another video and shit. But right now, shout out to my dog Christian Seda. I had to come back like Drake, you feel me? Had to drop another video for y'all. Literally, bro, I love a good debate. So instead of me just like texting or hit him up on Discord and we debating it there or whatever, I was like, you know what? This content, let me just make a fucking video towards this shit and just get my thoughts about it, or like react to his video and see where his perspective is. So appreciate the love, the support that y'all are showing that video. First of all, I gotta say that, especially for me having not dropped in like what, a month or so. So the fact that y'all like ran that shit up and showed some support on that, commented, I love the comments that I got. I'll read through that shit. Like I said, I always try to respond to everyone's comments, so if I haven't, bear with me. It's a lot of comments, so you know, I'm trying to like, and I want to at least give a thorough response. I'm not trying to be like, nah, I want to like actually like respond and give my personal take on it. I love debating. Do this with my niggas. Other thing too, with that nigga part, I apologize to y'all for saying niggas so much in that video, but when I get passionate about shit, that my past comes out. Like when I get tight, when I get angry, when I get like very passionate, I start dropping, like I'm literally like, my nigga, what are you doing, like nigga? Yeah, it comes out a lot. So I apologize about that. Like it was a lot, but other than that, I'm glad that y'all were able to get the point that I was trying to like, you know, convey to y'all. So but enough of me chatting, let's get to my dog Christian Seda's video.
Channel Christian here again with another video, and today we're discussing who killed Sparking Zero. Was it the player base or the devs?
It's always the player base to me, bro. It'll always be that. Y'all already know my stance. I give it 60 to 70% the player base, 30 to 40% the devs.
If you look at the screen, we got someone called Low Key Turtles TV just running away to throw key blasts and just hoard key advantage, trying to be as annoying as possible. Some people argue it's because of players like this that the game failed. Creators like Air Chucks and even Rhymestyle both dropped videos recently talking about this topic.
You feel me?
My name was brought up in the discussion because if you followed my channel for a while, you know I've disagreed with this take always, okay? But let's see what they got to say.
Are you on the player side or the game side when something goes wrong in regards to don't hate the play, hate the game? When I say don't hate the play, hate the game, I'm referring to the super annoying, toxic, cheesy shit. And this exists also in every single game. You have players online and on Twitter talking about, oh, we can play this deck, and it's like the most toxic, annoying shit of all time. And I remember seeing this, I'm like, why would you even show this? But now we can do this and that and this. It's like you have people who immediately their first thought is, how can I be annoying? Sparking Zero's biggest thing I can think about that comes off the top of the head is when people are flying up and down with androids until the timer ran out. Yajirobe and just time out with the sensor beam and win that way. It's like, how are you having fun? It can't be fun.
Next, I've been getting people asking me, who do I blame more, the devs or the players? I think even I had a conversation with Christian Seda and Weiss on Eli's Live. Shout out to them. But my stance has always been the same. I blame the player base. I'll blame the devs on the release. Cool. But we've been past that, bro. I really want niggas to understand this is an arena fighting anime game. There's always going to be some type of broken shit. You can't make this shit super balanced. Like I think Christian talked about like this turtle meta. When it comes to arena fighters, space is your advantage. It's nothing new. So seeing that to me is like, oh, it's a regular arena fighter game.
So I understand the frustration and why people want to blame the players. Yes, they're weirdos. Yes, they're annoying to deal with. But guys, no matter what the player base does, it always goes back to one thing. Player behavior is dictated by the mechanics of the game and who creates and manipulates them.
I don't think player behavior is dictated by the people that make the game, because again, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, it had some broken mechanics in there like any 3D anime fighter game had, but because you're playing with your friends, because you're not about to have strangers come to your crib and play you and shit, because you're playing with your friends, there was morality put into like our one-on-one sessions or our little like fights that we had. I played mad people in college on BT3. There was opportunities for people to cheese. One of the cheesiest characters in BT3, who is the face of Tenkaichi, was Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. You didn't want to really like try too hard to get a dub. He had Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and shit. So there was like some type of respect when playing people in person compared to, again, we gonna get to it, bro. We gonna get to it.
Mechanics of the game, it's the devs, okay? And in the case of Sparking Zero, y'all know I've been studying the mechanics closely for like 12 months now. So this whole turtling strat was 100% created by the devs, and I knew it was gonna be a problem months ago when they changed charge key blast and made them deflectable while moving and pressing R1. I said it months ago that that was a dumb change and that these devs do stuff like that constantly in this game. Combine that with the fact that they made movement more expensive, and the result of those dumb.
So the whole turtling aspect, he said that the devs, because they added some changes to the key movement, it created this turtle meta. Again, I disagree with that because, bro, turtling is basically zoning. I'm gonna just say it like that. Zoning has basically been in arena fighters, 3D arena fighters, since the mid 2000s, early 2000s, even 1990s and stuff, with some of the arena fighter games that you got out there. Again, I use the Shrek Super Slam as an example. Great arena fighter game, had some competitive aspects into it, but if you got the high ground in that game, you had an advantage. That was a form of zoning. Same thing with even Storm, Demon Slayer, the first one. I haven't played the second one, but the first one, the shorty with the demon with the paws, and the one with the arrows. When they had tournament settings, most of the time, I think the Final Four had those characters in it. Zoning is a huge thing in 3D fighting. Even before they patched the Unzed meta, that's zoning. Making your opponent chase after you, just spamming them with key blast. That's just a form of what's going on right now. I'm literally watching this gameplay, and it reminds me of the Unzed days.
Decisions are being seen now and felt through the cheesy playstyle, okay? The devs are the ones who keep creating these cheesy playstyles with their dumb patch notes, and in my opinion, that's why we need to put the responsibility and blame on them, okay? That's why back in the day, games like Halo 3 and Halo Reach had extensive playtest periods and closed and open betas before release to prevent cheese and bugs from ruining the experience after the release of the game. The fact of the matter is that these devs are just sloppy. They patch stuff in lazy and dumb ways without playtesting their game for bugs and exploits, and that's what actually killed this game.
All right, so I agree with the devs being lazy to a certain degree. Bro, Tenkaichi, you're supposed to get that whole Dragon Ball fast-paced fighting experience with lore accurate character designs. So with MUI, I know people complain about the auto dodge, but the auto dodge is there because it makes MUI MUI. Him not having auto dodge in, let's say, maybe Fighter Z or other games that need to be balanced makes 100% sense. They labeled it a party game for a reason, bro. If Whis was in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I promise you there'll be auto dodge. When y'all want balancing, you're also stripping away a lot of characters' identity. Like, I can't really blame the devs because at the same point, their foundation of this game is it's a Tenkaichi game.
Lack of attention to detail. Bro, these anime games are getting treated like hot garbage disposable properties. That's the issue, and that has absolutely nothing to do with the player base. Now, Airchucks, you mentioned you don't like players just picking Gogeta.
Shit, he talking to me now, guys. Hold on, let's hear.
Blue. Cool, I understand that, but the devs are the ones who chose to buff his ki blast to all hell and make his barrier 1 SP. Bro, any one of us who actually played this game knows that was a dumbass decision and that it was gonna break the game. The Android exploit that Rhymestyle mentioned, if you just playtest your game a little bit, you could have caught that a mile away. Bro, these things are just basic game design flaws.
All right, so the buffing, all right, so I agree with him on this stance. So buffing the key blast smash, which I don't really have a problem because I haven't really ran into people using it like that, but buffing it, that is an issue for sure. The 1-stock barrier, I also agree. Dropping it from 2 to 1, that was an issue. So he's 100% right with that. So the Android thing, I really think the Android stuff should stay. It is annoying to deal with. Maybe make their key regeneration go very slow. That might be something that they should implement. I really want people to understand that a Tenkaichi, at least the franchise, the series, it's all about trying to give characters their individual feats in a lore accurate type of way. That was one of the biggest things that people complained about in BT3 was some of the characters felt like copy and paste. First character to come to mind was Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Ultimate Gohan. It just gets annoying because it's ranked.
A closed beta and a couple playtesters could have solved a lot of these problems. The devs deserve 90% of the blame for the game dying
90% is OD, bro.
easy just because of that. And y'all realize that the game got released with a 3 DP character that had 4 bars of health? Bro, anyone with 2 brain cells to put together could have figured out that that was gonna break the game. Why are we...
I don't think that Raccoon broke the game. Christian Seda would be able to speak more to this, but I think on DP battles, at least from my experience, what ran at me away and people that I know was connection and niggas using the same characters to spam fucking supers and ults. Those were, to me, I mean, that, like, I always tell people from December to like February was the darkest times in Sparking Zero. Like, if you played ranked during them times, you might need to check into a therapist because you were going through it mentally. The little thunder shit that Roshi did, you fall to the ground. By the time you get up, he already charged up, spamming again. The Brawly, like super armor, going to fucking instant spark, spam the ult, spam the rush super. Some of them ults that were unblockable, especially like Jiren, moved at the speed of light. The fucking Kefla, Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, oh my god. And then they ran over to singles, like including myself. I was a DP player. I ran over to fucking singles. And then singles, it was the connection, but it was saturated with fucking Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, MUI, Full Power Jiren, Beerus, and Whis. That was it. Oh, and Gogeta Blue. Gogeta Blue wasn't even the main person that was the issue at that time. Those are what drove, bro. I used to see a lot of TikToks, videos, YouTube shorts of people literally saying, use another character. Why are y'all using only these characters? There was one person, I wish I could find the clip and I could put it here for y'all. He was using mid Goku. And I remember this TikTok. This shit had like almost like 300,000 views. The nigga ran into Whis, then he ran to Whis again. Then he ran to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Then he ran to MUI, then MUI, then MUI, then MUI, and then Full Power Jiren. And then went back again and ran into fucking Whis. And he literally had the audio of like, oh my God. So that's what ran people away, because it's like, I'm playing the same fucking characters. Now, will you blame the devs for that? Yes. I blame the devs for adding a DP buff. Like, you already got the stats for the characters. Like, oh, the strongest character has the highest attack strength or maybe the highest defensive strength. But then you add a DP buff on top of it, making any other character not viable to use on ranked.
Babying these devs and focusing on the player base. These devs are the ones with the power to change the game, not the players. So blaming players is just unproductive. And another thing that I want to talk about is that I want to kill this narrative that anime arena fighters need to be trash, or that the mechanics need to be dumb, or that they need to be competitively unviable. Okay, it's not true. Imagine if we said that about Smash Bros. Oh, it's just a Nintendo platform fighter. Who cares if
I'm going to speak about that after this video.
It's ass. Who cares that the mechanics ain't balanced and don't work? That we wouldn't have one of the best franchises in the world going to Evo and being one of the best casual games ever. Okay, bro, games are elite when the devs take their job serious, they take their time, and they're given the resources to make the game happen. Okay, and I'm gonna be real, Bandai and Spike just don't respect y'all as consumers, because they know that the anime community will buy whatever slop, unfinished trash game they can put out, and you guys are gonna make videos and scream and yell like it's the second coming. Okay, and that's the problem. That's why Bandai doesn't respect y'all, and they put out Sparking in a trash state, because they know y'all are gonna buy it anyways and make a big deal about it. There's no way a dev team who actually takes pride in their game releases Sparking Zero in the state it was in, and the way they patch the game is without any attention to detail or thought whatsoever. They don't give a shit about this game, and they don't give a shit about y'all. Okay, so when you see cheese in the game, yeah, it's annoying, but remember where the cheese came from. It came from the devs. It came from their lack of attention to detail, their lack of play testing, and shitty game design. It's a lack of attention to detail from the dev team and lazy patches over 12 months. And you know what's even sadder than cheese still being in the game 12 months later is that the base game, even with all the cheese, was more fun than this version of the game after all the shitty patches and after all their quote-unquote game balance changes that didn't work properly. Okay, that's how much these devs have underperformed these 12 months. So no, I'm not gonna blame the player base for that. These devs deserve the majority of the responsibility because they have the majority of the power to change the game in positive ways, and they don't do so. But let me know what you think. in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.
Shout out my dog Christian Seda. About to check. Let's check the comments real quick. All right, let's see what Grandmaster Hawk said. All right, a community game. The community / game nowadays is only as good as the people who play it. Both sides are to blame. Bandai gave us a half-ass product on launch because they wanted to align the release with Daima and retain the momentum that they had. True, I agree with that. Cash grab. Since then, Bandai has been making efforts to rectify numerous issues with the game, but during this time, the community were tearing itself apart. Also agree with that. I use the word was because I believe that's no longer the case, at least from what I've been observing. Nonetheless, I'll stand firmly in my conviction that the community did most of the work. The game was designed for the casual audience, and all the tryhards online that willingly send racial slurs, devs, doxing threads are numerous contributory factors as to why people got discouraged from even wanting to learn the game and be a part of the community. Grandmaster Hawk, we right here, gang. This is a casual game. Y'all tried to make this shit competitive, at least at the time, because there wasn't any community. Nowadays, we can't at least say there is one, however small it may be. The lack of offline content is also a factor. Even though the game was designed with a online PvP focus, ultimately it was up to us, the players, to keep the game alive and help it grow, much like yourself, Demon Joe, OPAC, Don Coolio have been doing. And I agree with that for sure. I said this in my other past videos. I think one of the things lacking in this game was the offline content. The survival game that you had in BT3, Mission 100, those were all fun, and it kept me engaged within the game without having to deal with you fucking peons and weirdos within the community. So I think not having that and having a bum ass story mode, that's on the devs' fault for sure. To answer the question, and the title, the community killed the game. There are a horrendous lack of self-awareness and maturity / accountability within this community. That's why we are where we are. Thank you. Thank you. The OG himself. That's what I'm talking about. The way I see it is kind of like a parent and their child. Who do you blame? The child for misbehaving or the parent for not teaching them how to behave? The OG King 8309 W comment. I like this comment a lot, bro. A parent can take you to school, they can nurture you, they can teach you what what you should do in life. But at the end of the day, it's the child's decision of how they want to act. I think my dad even made a saying, not even made a saying, there's a saying out there that says, you can take a camel to the river, but you can't force the camel to drink the water. The camel will drink the water when he wants to drink the water. It's the same thing with the player base. I can make you a nice game. I can make you a nostalgic game. But how you play that game is 100% up to you. I cannot control that. I can't make you push up on someone and fight them. If you want to park the bus and sit your ass back and make them waste key to come to you, that's how you play. I can't push you to do that. There's one thing that Unzed has always said in some of his videos and in other people's comments. A lot of people want so much change into this game that it's not going to be a Tenkaichi game no more. We have to stop comparing Sparking Zero and other anime 3D arena fighters to Smash Bros. Smash Bros is an arena fighter. It is a great arena fighter. It's the holy grail of arena fighters. It has a Evo scene for arena fighters, but Smash Bros is not a 3D arena fighter. And again, I always try and harp on the fact that I say anime arena fighter, because most anime arena fighters are 3D, like Storm 4, My Hero Academia, Kill la Kill, Jump Force, Demon Slayer, what's it called, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece. One of the best slept on arena fighters anime wise is One Piece Grand Adventure. That's a slept on arena fighter. I love the mechanics there. I think they did a good job there, but there was still certain things that were not balanced in the game. But I'm gonna just harp on this whole arena fighters take that he had, and what other people were saying in the comments. It's not even just Christian, but what other people were saying in the comments. They're the go-to for party games in the fighting game community. So when I say that it's on the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to fighting games, you have the traditional fighters, which is highly respected, and then at the bottom you have your arena fighters. Within the category of arena fighters, anime arena fighters is at the very bottom. And one of the biggest reasons why is because for an anime game, they try to make it as lore accurate for the fandom. Look at a basic combo that you see on Tekken. Just look at Sparking Zero's combo strings. Square, 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 triangle. It is the most basic thing because at the end of the day, they know their fan base. The casual gamer is who's going to be playing an anime game. That's why you're not going to see a lot of these anime games in Evo. I'm not trying to quote for the developers. I'm not trying to quote for why anime games have not made it to Evo, but there's a reason why 3D anime arena fighting games have not made it to Evo. Camping, whatever you want to label it, turtling, camping, zoning, whatever. Camping has always given you an advantage. And I hate to really put this on the video because I feel like I'm promoting camping and zoning or turtling. I feel like I'm promoting it, but it's always been in 3D arena fighters, except for the first arena fighter that ever came out. I'm forgetting the name of it. Anyone knows, drop it in the comment section below. But I forgot the name of the first arena fighters to ever come out. If you know, if you've been playing fighting games, like I love fighting games. That's my bread and butter. Sports games and fighting games and adventure games. I was never really a shooter type of person because where I grew up, like I had like I don't know, I've been scarred mentally at a very young age from, you know, shit like that. So I didn't really get into like shooting games. I did play the James Bond, like Nintendo 64, you know, with the golden gun and all that. I did play that. So when Christian talks about the turtle meta, my question to him is, how would you fix the turtle meta in a 3D arena fighter? Because space is what makes it a 3D arena fighter. Are you going to make it more compact? Because at the end of the day, if Sparking Zero was a more compact game, like the arena was more compact, we already complained about the barrier getting in the way and giving some people an advantage, or you feeling like you lost because you were up against the barrier. If you make it compact, that's going to make that an issue. That's my overall response to what Christian put out, because I know some of y'all wanted to like get my like thoughts on it, because so some of y'all sent me the link to his video and shit. So shout out my dog Christian, and I fuck with some of his takes that he said. I just don't agree with a lot of them when it comes to the blaming of the developers. Again, if you want to use the dub soap as an example, if you want to use fucking painkillers and take the right amount of dosage for a painkiller, or you can use it irresponsibly and, you know, do certain things with it that you're not supposed to do. Can't blame Tylenol or Advil because you decided to use something completely different than what it was intended to be used for. Same thing as baking soda, child. I feel like I don't need to explain that to y'all niggas and shit. But again, you know. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's my personal take on what Christian had to say and my response. Shout out to everyone that wanted me to, you know, review this. Shout out to Christian for making this video. W Christian for the video, and might even do some more of these reaction videos. I actually do fuck with it, so shout out to a lot of y'all that told me to like start doing that type of shit. Hey man, I need some lotion. I'm looking ashy right here, my fault. But yeah, like the video, comment, and as always, guys, subscribe. It's been your boy Eric Chucks. I'm signing out. Peace.